Blessings, blessings, blessings. I see you all starting to jump on. Do me a favor if you have the ability to click either your thumb or your index finger. Would you share this for me while you're jumping on? You all know how I say it. You know, you may not need it, but somebody else might. Blessings to you all. I see you jumping on. Hope you had a good Sunday. Hope you enjoyed yourself, whatever you did today. Hope you definitely enjoyed yourself. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Tammy, how are you? I don't know if you're still on or not, but blessings to you. I'm waiting for you to send me another order for re-up. So I'm waiting for that. So you all have looked at the title. Which probably intrigued you to jump on, and the statement itself is serious. Be careful of what and how you label other people. Many of you know that I'm hanging out in Philly right now. Blessings. I see you guys jumping on. I'm hanging out in Philly right now, enjoying myself. While I'm here, the Father often speaks to me in different ways, through different people and things of that nature, through different experiences. So while I'm here and while I'm traveling, while I'm connecting with individuals, you start doing reflection. You start reflecting on life and your experiences, where you've been, what you've done, who you've come in contact with, how you've come in contact with them. Your experience in certain places, how it, makes you feel and things of that nature. And when you hear different things, it clicks. Or, hearing something reminds you of a feeling. Seeing something reminds you of a feeling or a particular state that you are in. Oftentimes, individuals who have a particular lack in their lives meet people, and when you meet people, because you have a yearning, because you have an intense need for something in your life, you put people in that spot. You put, if case in point, if you need a father, if you were looking for a father and your father abandoned you or your mother abandoned you, and you meet an individual that has a mothering spirit or the spirit of a father, because that's what you need, and not knowing and understanding that just the length of time or just the fragment of time that an individual was placed in your life, they were just placed in your life for that specific time, and we have made them lifelong endeavors. We have a lot of times people come in our lives and we make them fixtures in our lives. The church has made us to believe, this has to be God. This is an answer to my prayer. And you have not fully inspected the thing. You haven't fully inspected it. You haven't you haven't, as old folk used to say when buying a car, you haven't kicked the tires. It's just the fact that they have the spirit of a father, or the spirit of an authority, or the spirit of a nurturer, or a compatibility. What's going on, Mary? How are you? They have the spirit of compatibility, so you automatically think that that's your wife or that's your husband. They have the spirit of camaraderie, so you automatically think that that's your brother or that's your sister. That's your best friend. So we end up putting people in permanent positions that were only intended to be a temporary experience. Why am I talking about this? Because what happens is a lot of times we put people in permanent positions in our lives, and because they were only supposed to be temporary, we end up feeling the pain when they are no longer there, or they no longer reach the expectation of what our desire is. We have people that's either listening to this now or will listen to it later, join the church, join the a reformation, because their bishop, overseer, apostle, what have you, they glean something from them. And because they gleaned something from them in their mind, because they needed something, it automatically triggered in their mind, you must be my spiritual father. Pastor Sings, what's going on, man? I love you, bro. I love you. I love you. I love you. You are a true brother to me. And that's not because of anything that you've done. It's just because of the spirit that you have, and that's a true spirit. And we connect, and whenever we connect like ain't nothing ever, ain't no time ever have lapsed. Melissa, I see you. How are you? So a lot of times, people come in our lives, and then when they leave, we end up wrecked. When they are no longer in our lives, and they don't even know. This is the thing. They don't even know how much damage they cause in our lives, because they did not have an expectation to be what you've made them to be in your life. There's a lot of people that say they suffering from church hurt. A lot of it is not even church hurt. It's an over expectation. You expected something from someone who had no intention to give you what you expected, and because they did not fulfill what you imagined in your mind, they are now wrong and you are now broken. We have to become better discerners. Stop calling people stuff that they're not. I have tons of people around me that have a label. My wife and I were talking the other day, and the conversation was, it was a pretty humorous conversation. She mocks me a lot. She's a Southern belle, and I'm up north hard, and I'm a hard dude. So she was mocking the way that I communicate with people, and how I communicate with people. I communicate with them via a label. There's a lot of individuals that talk to me, and I'm to everybody. Jim, what's going on, bro? Hey, I'm in Philly. I'm at Darren's house. I connect. I have a lot of people. There's a lot of brothers that I deal with. A lot of young brothers that I deal with, and everybody nephew. These gray hairs done made me an OG. I haven't become pop yet. So everybody's nephew. Or everybody's, or if I don't know you, you fam. Absolutely. You have to be careful of who you allow to attach to your spirit man, and you have to be careful of who spirit man you allow yourself to attach to. It's a two-way street. And I think for me, the reason why so many people around me have so many different labels is because the way that I grew up, the church that I grew up in, everybody was aunt and uncle. Christina, what's going on? I see you. Y'all do me a favor. Y'all that's still on the line. Y'all share. Y'all share this. Somebody may be freed by this. Somebody may need some help in regards to this, and somebody may be dealing with demons in regards to being hurt and being abandoned. And it's the imagination that they have in their mind, and these things ain't really happening to them. Is what they is. Church that I grew up in, everybody was aunt and uncle. That's uncle so and so. That's aunt so and so. This is my cousin so and so. And I remember having conversations with my biological family, my aunt, and my cousins, that were in my actual family. And I would say, my cousin so-and-so did this. And they looking at me like, who? You who? You who did what? I don't know them. No, they my cousin at the church. That's my aunt at the church. And a lot of us, what has happened is we picked up bad habits, and I understand it's culture. I understand it's family. I understand it's your church family. That's sister so-and-so. That's evangelist so-and-so. That's elder so-and-so. That's pastor so-and-so. Because it gives us a false sense of security. It gives us a false sense of understanding. Now when we get into the real world, now we're connecting with a whole bunch of individuals, calling them things that they are not. I told my wife tonight, I was like, I don't have any more demons to fight in regards to things and people of my past. I don't need any more closure. And that's the other thing that happens when people start to die off, and you start to become a little bit more mature. Sometimes you got to go through your own Rolodex. And in your Rolodex, you have to look to see, who did I put in a place that I should not have put them in? Did you consult the Father when you made this individual your spiritual father? Oh my. Did you consult him when you made this individual your spiritual mother? When you made this individual your prayer partner? When you made this individual your accountability, did you go before him? Or did you just feel something? Absolutely. Even the Messiah only allowed 3 of them to be close. I see a lot of people jumping on and jumping off. This may not be important to some of you. But listen, from the counseling that I do, from the individuals that I talk to, and I don't mean people that are downtrodden, they in the slums. I'm talking about business owners, and I don't mean just a little startup. Business owners and leaders. Some even mega ministries, leaders. You got 300 and 400 members. You bringing in money. But you tore down because you allow somebody in a certain place in your life. I have a saying. And my saying is, I've started hearing people saying it a lot over the years. I'm not saying that I coined the phrase. I was just one of the first people that I remember hearing saying it. And that everybody in your life is there for either a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And you don't allow anybody to stay in your life past its season. Because if there's anything that's in your life that's past its season, is no longer of any good use for you. Have you noticed that fruit and vegetables come out at a particular season? We never been taught this either. We never been taught that fruit and vegetables, when it come out in that season, that it's good for your body at the time that it's out for that season. Same thing with individuals. Now, I'm not saying that everybody that's in your life is in your life for a temporary reason. There are some individuals that's in your life for a lifetime, but you have to be mature enough and you have to be intuitive enough, and you have to be connected with the Most High enough to find out and understand where they fit in your life. Because as long as you allow people to come in your life and you place them in positions, you will always be disappointed. Because no one is obligated to fill a space or a place in your life that they were not called to be in. I'll say that again. Nobody is obligated to fill a position in your life that the Father did not call them to fill in your life. You got to stop trying to make people feel obligated to be something that you need when they're not even created to do that. How crazy does it look to use a pair of pliers to hammer a nail into a wall? I'm not saying it can't be done. But what I'm saying is that wasn't its intended use. Shalom, shalom. That wasn't the intended use. Why are we using things outside of its intended use? Shalom, sis. How are you? Why are we allowing people in our lives past its intended use? And I'm not saying use people. I am saying, however, that those who are meant to do specific things in your life, allow them to do specific things, those things in your life. And if they are not, listen, stop holding them in a position. Because I tell you this, if you hold people in particular positions in your life, you still will have to deal with more damage because they're going to end up ripping themselves away from you. That's where toxic relationships, a lot of toxic relationships develop. They develop in a place where individuals that don't belong in a specific place in your life. It's toxic because they're doing what they were created to do, and what they were created to do doesn't fit in the need that you have in your life. It doesn't fill that void that you have in your life because it wasn't created to. So now what you have to do is you have to forgive them and you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive them because you were attempting to hold individuals in bondage. That's called bondage. When you are holding a person in your life against their will. That's a form of bondage. So now you have to ask them for forgiveness. You have to ask them for forgiveness. Forgive them. Right, wrong, or indifferent, there was a hurt that occurred. And then you have to forgive yourself. Watch how you label people. Watch how you label people that's in your life. Watch how people come in and out of your life. Not everybody that come in your life is supposed to stay. Shalom, shalom. Not everybody that comes in your life is supposed to stay. And not everybody that comes in your life is supposed to tolerate you. Some of us allow people in our lives simply because they will tolerate our foolishness. Currently, the people that are in my life that are my counterparts, they will check me. I didn't even notice it. I didn't even notice it. See, I just told you the people that's in my life, they will check me even comically. That's right. It causes a disruption on many levels. And that is something that we have to work on as a people. I'm not fussing and just saying you're wrong and you're wrong for doing it, because a lot of us do it and we do it out of ignorance. We do it because we long for something specific. We do it because, because because our mothers were there physically, but they weren't there mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. Some of us do it because our fathers weren't there at all. Or because our fathers were there financially, physically, but not emotionally and spiritually. So when you find an individual that seem as though they fill that particular void, you end up being gung-ho. And then you end up being deceived by your own emotions. Shalom, shalom, elder. Shalom, elder. You Zykans are y'all logging on tonight. You end up being deceived by your own emotions. I appreciate you jumping on. Pastor, again, love you much, man. I'll talk to you soon. And when you are deceived by your own emotions, that is the hardest deception to rectify. Why? Because of pride. Zykan, good to see you again as well. I'll be up here. I'll be up here for a few more days. Maybe we could connect while I'm still here. That is the biggest deception to rectify, because now you have to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I made a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have joined this particular ministry. Maybe I shouldn't have joined this particular assembly. Maybe I shouldn't have joined this particular reformation. Maybe I shouldn't have dated this particular individual. Maybe I shouldn't have taken this individual as a son or as a daughter, because now you have to admit that you were wrong. Some of our forefathers died wrong. Some of our leaders died. Great daughters, sons and daughters of the Most High, died in a wrong state. All right. Just text me and tell me what you want on it. They died wrong, because they would not look at themselves in the mirror and say, you know what? They wouldn't do any soul searching. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't have took that young man on. Maybe I shouldn't have taken this young lady on. Maybe I shouldn't have licensed her. Maybe I shouldn't have licensed him. Maybe I should. So now, the way that we rectify the mistake is that we repent to the Father and then ask for forgiveness and then forgive ourselves. Listen, it is time for our people to heal. It is time for us to heal from the inside out. We can't be like those who have come before us, who have stuffed so many things under the rug that you can't walk into the room without tripping. You got to pull that rug back, and you got to start to clear those things out. Clean those things out of yourself. Father, purge me. Father, help me. Father, fix me. Father, deliver me. And as he's doing these things, he'll show you, listen, while I'm fixing you, while I'm healing you, while I'm delivering you, go over here and apologize. Gilbert Earl said, be healed, be delivered, be set free. Bishop G.E. Patterson, that's what he said. You're going to apply that to your life. Firstly, stop calling individuals things that they are not, and allow the Father. Because when the Father placed these individuals in your life, there's no lack. Look at everyone in Scripture that they had a successor. Each one. The one that came before and the one that came after. He did what they did what they were called to do in their lives. And they had the ability to be successful in those areas. I just wanted to drop that on you guys, to apply that to you all. Go back and look at it if you need to. You need the step-by-steps, it's there. This is how we get free. This is how we get delivered. This is how we get healed. Love you guys. Talk to you again soon. Shalom.